Hello all, this is David from Hobbies, and we've got a big problem here. See, we've got this monster here, and she doesn't have a home. So, could you find it within your heart to give her a loving home? Alright, enough of that. We have just received in our midst today the Border Models brand new 1/32 scale. That's right, 1/32 scale. Avro Lancaster B Mark 1/3. Just looked at it. It takes up nearly half your screen. This beast, many modelers have been eagerly waiting for, including me. So let's not waste any time and just get straight into this. Oh Lord, I can't fit it all in the frame. Oh well. So if you're not familiar with the drama surrounding this kit, I'll give you a brief rundown. There used to be a manufacturer called Wingnut Wings. They specialized in 1/32 scale World War I aircraft, but then they decided to branch off and do a Lancaster. But then they went under, and as a result they sold all their assets to the highest bidders. In this case it was Border Models. So they just took the molds, tweaked them a little bit, and here it is. So if you remember Wingnut Wings and how extremely detailed their kits were, well, this one just kind of blows them all out of the water, if that was even possible. So let's take a look inside now. Look out. Oh yes, and of course the Avro Lancaster probably needs no introduction. It was the British bomber that basically pounded Nazi Germany into oblivion. Anyway, now on to the kit. And there's got to be like at least 30 sprues in here, so I'll try to get through them as quick as I can. So this first sprue here looks to be like radar, the frames of the canopy, some parts of the seats, like mainly interior details. This here contains the clear parts. I'll get to that a little later. So that's just the front half of the fuselage. That's big enough for most models. And my God, they even simulate the stress skin effect. Jeez, I can't imagine how many sleepless nights it took to create this. I definitely have to give props to the Wingnut Wings designers as well as the Border Models. That is the rest of the fuselage. And again, more stress skin effect. And they give you the option to leave the crew access door in the rear open or closed. This is just one section of the top and bottom wing. This here would be the wheel well. And as you can see, some nicely molded hydraulic lines that are already in there. This should please any modeler, even the rivet counters. Next, this looks like the Bombay doors. Also nicely molded. Not much more to say there. This one bag has got 4 sprues packed into it, which means that this is basically going to be containing all the parts you need for the 4 engines. I'll only take 1 sprue out since they're all going to be the same anyway. See, there's 2 choices of propellers here. You can go with the early needle tip props or the later paddle tip ones. You've got the engine air intake here. Now I believe this is only a dummy engine that you can construct if you don't want to display the engines and just close them up. There's also some bomb fins, the propeller cap, some bomb racks as well. Yeah, so it's mostly bombs, propellers, engine bits on these sprues. That would be the top lower end of the fuselage. So that's where the turret would go. Not too sure what that is. I'll probably find out later. This here, my God, just look at that. Even the most seasoned modelers that scratch build, it's all there. You literally don't have to add anything to this. That is impressive. This is another 4-pack of sprues, and it's all just bombs. Yes, the Lancaster did carry a lot of bombs. It looks like they've got different arrangements, like some 1,000-pound bombs, 500-pound bombs, conventional bombs I mean, as well as these I'm sorry, I forget what these types of bombs are called. And those are all going to be the same too, so we'll just skip ahead to the next sprue. This one here looks to be more interior parts, some cockpit parts as well. See, there's the seats with molded in seat belts. Again, it looks very nice, but I would personally prefer to just use photo etch seat belts. Looks like there's a few parts for some of the turrets as well. There's a radio and some of the navigator's equipment. Again, very impressive. Once again, another 4-pack. And this here is the parts for the actual engine if you wish to display them. And all that detail, all that time you'll spend on it, now just do that 4 times. This here, well, there's the cookie bomb. If you don't know what that is, just look it up. I don't have much time here. Some more turret parts. Oh, also a little crew ladder. All right, moving on. This here looks like parts for the bomb bay. See the entire rack here. And again, extreme care and patience clearly put into all these wire details. I believe this one's just the floor of the interior. Next, we've got a double here, 2 sprues that are identical. This, of course, features the gigantic tires, as well as the landing gear struts, some engine covers. This, I believe, is the landing gear doors if you chose to display them open. So it was nice of them to do that for you. And this is basically all wheel well detail. This here looks like some more wheel well interior detail. This is the internal structure of the wheel well, and they even have the illusion of the fuel tanks behind it. These, I believe, are the structural detail for the air brakes. And these would be the air brakes themselves. Man, how many sprues have we been through? Like 20 already? That would be obviously the rest of the wing. And I still just can't get over this stressed skin. This looks like engine nacelles, as well as ailerons, the wing spar, and the like.
You know, there's a customer here who wants to do like a return sheet for like a little bottle of something. Do you want to? Sorry.
Alright, you got me in a transition.
Oh, okay, good.
This next one, the tail wheels. That tail wheel is as big as most main wheels of models that I build. That is the cover for the upper turret. This is the flare chute, plus a few bulkheads in this sprue. The penultimate sprue. This is the upper half of the wing. Oh, sorry, and the lower half. And lastly, the rear part of the aircraft, the rudders, the elevators, and I believe that's the spar for the elevators. So yeah, that takes care of all the main sprues. Ay Dios mio. So now the aforementioned clear parts. They took very good care here and placed them not only in styrofoam but in a box as well. That is very nice. Very clear. They give you 2 options for the bomb aimer's window. It's of course the turrets, the main canopy, and here we've got part 2 of the clear parts. This is the optional clear covering for the radar if you choose to install that. Some more turrets. If I do have one very minor complaint about this kit, I have noticed some flash here and there, but that's honestly just a nitpick. Other than that, this is brilliant. Of course, all the windows. Yeah, really nice. And now to wrap this up, our very large Decal sheet. This here would be the main one with your RAF roundels, squadron identification, a nice pinup, an ominous nose art, as well as all the stenciling that will go throughout this aircraft. Also decals for the instrument panel, as well as the radio. So that's that. And the second one just looks to be more stenciled. Oh, I see. These are the stencils that go onto each bomb. So that'll be fun. Plus, well, they do give you some photo etch seat belts. So I guess you have the option to cut the ones that are already molded in off and use these instead. And those would be brass gun barrels if you would want to replace the plastic ones. And lastly, the instruction book. A pretty hefty one, I might add. Yeah, you'll definitely need a parts map for this one. You'll get lost without it. So as with 95% of kits, you start in the cockpit. Everything is color coded, so it can help you out. So it's called a bomb container. Yeah, I believe these carried a bunch of tiny, maybe 10 or 20 pound bombs in them. So literally every detail is covered in this kit, all the way from the control surface wires to the crew toilet. I better start skipping ahead through this. This is taking a while. And here are your marking options. Yeah, you get 2 of them. It's not really important with a Lancaster, as they were all pretty much the exact same scheme. A black belly with brown and green camo on top. And this is interesting. They show you what the interior color should look like. And stencils map. And a little preview of what you're in for. So that covers it. In conclusion, this is by far the most detailed kit I have ever seen. It should impress even the most skilled and seasoned modeler out there. I definitely think Border has a winner here. So if you've got the space and you're not married, I highly recommend this kit. And you can pick yours up today at Sunward Hobbies, in store or online. So until the next one, adios.